Tiffany, John, yeah, there are a lot of interesting storylines when it comes to this matchup for PC and Kentucky in the NCAA tournament. Welcome back to Greensboro. Nick Coit and Steele with you. And we've talked a lot about the Friars. We're going to talk a lot about the Friars, but they're facing off against the Kentucky Wildcats, a blue blood program. And there's a familiar face with this program, Ian.
There certainly is. Jacob Toppin spent 1 year at URI, then transferred to Kentucky. I remember at the time, when Kentucky picked up a URI kid, we were like, wow, this is quite the jump. We've seen the jump that he's taken from kind of a scrawny guy playing with the Rams down in Kingston, going to the Wildcats, now their second leading scorer and the captain of the team.
Let's show you some of the Kentucky Open practice here this afternoon. The Wildcats were on two teams before, the Friars, and obviously there's sort of that aura with John Calipari on the court as well because, again, a blue blood program, a coach we know well here in New England from his time at UMass. And then Jacob Toppin was a guy that we saw on the floor, spent time with the Rams during the 2019-2020 season, and he also spent time as a teammate with Bryce Hopkins. Ian.
That's right, yeah, they played together at Kentucky. I'm thinking back to that URI team. So Jacob Toppin has some experience playing against Providence. Providence and Kentucky haven't matched up since 2014. The Friars 0 for 3 all time, but Toppin knows what it's like to play against Ed Cooley and his Friars squad.
And when the Friars and Wildcats found out about the draw this week, Bryce Hopkins told us that the group text from last year's Kentucky team became active again. Well, we found the source of that talking with Jacob Toppin today.
Text in that group chat, and I put B-Hop with the shaking hands emojis. But, yeah, we have fun with it. But at the end of the day, it's Kentucky versus Providence, so we have to understand that and go in there ready to fight.
So, yeah, interesting to hear that it was Jacob Toppin that really restarted the group text this week. Pretty fun to see those guys obviously having some banter and getting ready for what's a big game on Friday night, Ian.
It certainly is. And with Jacob Toppin and Bryce Hopkins, the former Wildcats teammates, they still like each other. Calipari going as far as saying that he loves Bryce Hopkins. He hopes he does well, but for the 2 hours between 7 and 9 o'clock tomorrow, going to be a completely different story. Both these teams fighting for their lives. Again, one and done in this tournament. Kentucky hasn't won a tournament game in a long time. 4 years, a big drought for them. So they're hungry just like the Friars who are on that slump that they're on.
We will check in again with the Friars coming up in the Sportscast and some of the Friars that are here for the first time playing in the NCAA tournament. For now, though, we are live in Greensboro. He's Ian Steele. I'm Nick Coit. Back to you in Providence.
Okay, guys, nice job. We'll see you in just a bit.